Okay. Do you have to put the mic really close, or does it pick up just from?
All right, welcome everybody to another year, a brand new year for Foothills FC for the men. 2022 is upon us, and we are live from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Dave Stanish and Charlotte Potts from the ladies team here from Foothills Park, Shoaldice Park in Calgary. BTB Academy is the opponent, Born to Be Soccer Academy out of Edmonton. A lot of FC Edmonton players on this team, a lot of Alberta Major Soccer League players on both teams as well. Players play for this team, these teams, and for their AMSL teams as well. So Charlotte's a brand new season, a brand new style, a brand new everything for this Central League1 2022 exhibition series. And this starts it off.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an exciting game.
The Foothills are in white with their green horizontal stripes and the green socks, just like in the old days. It's been a while for the 2018 USL League 2 champions and 2019 Western Division, Northwest Division pennant winners to play in a competitive game for the first time in 3 years. Although they did have those similar exhibition games against Vancouver and Edmonton last year, which were a lot of fun. But this appears to be more into the Central League 1 style that they're trying to promote, as BC League 1 is about to launch next weekend. So look for that one, League 1 British Columbia, along with League 1 Ontario and the PLSQ. And hopefully in 2023, we might have some sort of Memorial Cup Division 2 style events. And Foothills and BTB Academy, who are wearing the black jerseys, want to be a part of it. So we are ready to rock and roll. BTB will have the opening kickoff, and we'll start the clock here in just a few seconds. Sorry for the delay. The referees had a bit of a delay. We'll tell you about them in a while. And at halftime, we'll play a special interview I conducted with Jay Wilden prior to the beginning of the contest. Starting netminders as we are underway. And the clock is going. Starting netminders for BTB Academy. 23, Joseph Holiday in the green. And for Foothills, it's going to be the netminder Sterling Kerr, number 13, who's also wearing a different shade of green. Don't forget, fans, we are with the yellow-orange style out-of-bounds areas on the near touchline, playing 110 by a little longer than 65. As we have a free kick for Edmonton going right to left. We had a few drops a couple of hours ago, but the sun has decided to break through, and I think it'll be a sunny night for the next 90 minutes. And once again, Edmonton traveling right to left. BTB Academy out of Edmonton was, as we said, 2013. They premiered. We'll tell you more about them in a little while. Charlotte, you guys and the ladies must be very excited to get the season underway for UWS here in a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, very excited. Not long, next Saturday. We've had a couple of weeks of intense training.
We'll talk about intensity. This is number 9, Gareth Smith-Doyle, formerly a graduate of the University of Calgary Dinos program. He was clear of the ball rather gingerly, and that got the crowd's attention. We're here at Encana Field, one of 3 fields here at Shoaldice Park. And as you can see on the camera, they are getting ready to tent this location for hopefully high school football in the fall of 2022 or maybe January of 2023.
It's certainly obvious it's the first game of the league. Both teams going at it very intensely. Few tough tackles.
Exhibition series between these two teams, Edmonton Scottish and FC Manitoba. FC Manitoba returning to USL League 2 after a 2-year COVID absence. Another free kick for the BTB Academy in the black jerseys, trying to move somewhere and try to get someplace further out of their own half. Well, that's the one thing with this field, Charlotte. We know exactly how far the distances are for kicks and travel points.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the modified turf that's been so popular over the last 10 to 15 years, the field turf with the rubber pellets for maximum safety. How do players like playing on this kind of surface?
You know, I'm not a fan of turf. It takes a lot of toll on the joints.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And the grass, what's the disadvantage to grass then, I guess?
Obviously, if you get a lot of divots, it's not as smooth.
Trying to make something happen. Gary Onielum. Once again, these teams will see each other further on. Sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt when there's something exciting happen, Charlotte. You'll get to know that over the season. But, yeah, Onielum trying to make something happen on a rather pedestrian pace so far. Just a couple of minutes gone. Nicely underway here on YouTube Live or on demand on the Calgary Foothills website. Once again, FC Manitoba and Edmonton Scottish will be involved. The 3 Alberta teams will continue in the Alberta Major Soccer League. So look that information up. Trying to split the difference, but getting tackled down. One of the forwards on the far side for Foothills. Unfortunately, David Doe, 12, got in the way. Looked like that was Moel Gandor, and if you're a Canadian college soccer fan or university soccer fan, you'll know Moel Gandor, national bronze medalist for Mount Royal University, and he was a huge part of it, getting a couple of Canada West Player of the Week honors. So about 18 yards away. I call high school football games here, so it's I can't not get away from the number on the field. Right footer, and it's punched ahead. Well done. Joseph Holiday got his right hand on it.
Great save.
No chance for a rebound.
Well reacted on the transition also. Foothills getting behind the ball.
So as you'll hear from Jay Wilden at halftime, the U23 concept with 8 overagers is pretty much dissolved here in Canada. At least that's what League 1 will be. It would sort of be the American Hockey League of the Canadian Premier League. But of course, nothing is signed, nothing is official. League 1 Canada has launched, and you can look up League 1 Canada information as well. That's what these teams want to be involved in. to create a national system and hopefully be in the Canadian Championship maybe in 2024 or 2025. Again, looking for El Gandor on the far left side of your picture, far right side. He's the left winger. El Gandor under pressure from Nicky Wright. Everything in the BTB half of the field so far.
Yeah, very different styles here. Foothills are just being very patient with it, taking the game in their control.
If you were with us in 2018 and 2019, you're not going to recognize a whole lot of these names, but for all the right reasons. A lot of players went to the Cavalry, went to the Canadian Premier League and on other teams, or just moved on with their soccer. There's a chance for BTB, and it's in!
Offside.
Offside.
I'm not too sure if that was offside.
You can't convince on yellow that it was, but the fans think it was. And the referee, the AR on the far side, certainly thought it was. But that's a confident strike.
Got to be wary of that, though. Take away that offside. That was a great pass through the centre backs. Lessons learned for Foothills.
Hit that rewind button, folks. On the YouTube Live or on demand.
Got away with that.
As I said, a lot of these players from 18 and 19 graduated. A lot of them playing prominent, effective roles in the Canadian Premier League. A lot of players for both of these teams will be back at university in the fall. And of course, the major league that we've talked about a couple of times that took all of 2020 and 2021 off. So basically a brand new roster from the pre-COVID era, but what isn't brand new from the pre-COVID era, to be completely honest. Kick to the far side, and it's going to be a race. Sky Rogers, he's got a wing, and he'll put it over the bar, up and away, and it'll be a goal kick for Joseph Holliday.
Cross from out wide. I'm not sure, should he have been a little bit more patient and waiting for runners into the box?
Sky Rogers, the Cavalry development signee. As we said, there's no real specific AHL type of call-up, send-down system because they want it to be a completely unique division like League 1 Ontario is with the Ontario-based teams in the Canadian Premier League. A Division 3 national alternative is what Jay will talk about it during our halftime interview. Although I have to admit, I loved the U23 plus 8 overagers system that the USL League 2 uses. But basically, except for the Thunder Bay Chill and FC Manitoba, it's pretty much going to be an all-American league because the major teams from Canada in Vancouver and Victoria have joined League 1 BC as opposed to still playing in the USL League 2, which makes a lot of sense, a lot of travel sense, especially with gasoline and air flight prices going up and up and up. El Gandor, against double pressure, will give it up, take a man down with him. That was right. Again, it's Doe and Wright watching El Gandor very carefully on that left-hand side, which probably was why Rogers had the information and the open area on the right side.
Foothills playing some nice long balls. I do think they need to be wary of the physicality of BTB, though. Make sure that they've got players supporting the pass.
Now the sun really wants to break out.
Abraham Jones, number 6, making a lot of strong physical challenges. Keep the ball away from him.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. So sort of the UWS equivalent for the men is what League 1 Canada wants to be. And as we said, UWS getting ready to kick off in a couple of weeks. You guys are on the road for game 1?
Yeah, we're playing at St. Albert. First game. And
Troy Flannery resigned to go back to Trinity Western University where he grew up. We all love Troy and hope the best for him. And we know he's probably watching, hopefully on mute. But if he is, I'll probably get a Facebook message from telling me to not talk about him anymore. Anyway, no, hi, Troy. We love you. We miss you. Absolutely. But yeah, the UW. So brand new coaching staff for you guys. How's that coming along? Charlotte.
Of Tux.
Yeah.
Tux is great. I got along with Tux very well when I was here last time, and when he asked for me to come back, it was fortunate enough that I had a gap in my career to come back for a couple of months.
Excellent.
So it's going to be an exciting summer.
Yeah, and we'll see you here for our opener for the season for UWS Soccer for Foothills WFC in 3 weeks. Make sure to join us on 11 Sports or live and in person, even better. Again, trying to cut through was Jumo, and he...
No, there was calls for a penalty there, but I don't think it was.
Tristan Jumo, NCAA player. A lot of excitement. The fans are loud. You can hear them.
I think the excitement almost adds to the emotion for the referee to give a penalty. Bit pressure for him.
Joseph Holiday again, quick on the draw. Prepared for anything at this point. We are 11 minutes into the matchup. No scoring. And again, just at the very beginning of the season. So as we said, 3 weeks from now, the ladies will be here at Shoaldice, and we hope you'll make plans to join us live or on 11 Sports, and that will be uploaded to FIFA Plus, that brand new FIFA app where you can watch games from all over the world, absolutely free.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, check it out, FIFA Plus.
BTB here, just sitting in a mid-block, really happy to just let Foothills have the ball in front of them.
Looking for those transitions and those turnovers, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, when you nicely organise like that, I mean, Foothills have just tried to play a through ball, which didn't work because they're organised together. The ball ran out of play. You can do that all day long.
Head coach Tommy Emiobi for BTB, and of course Jay Wielden, second year in charge after, actually third year in charge, but second season in charge after Big Brother moved up to the Cavs and Jay retired from the Cavs and became a full-time coach in the youth program and a full-time employee at Foothills Soccer.
Great touch.
Couple of moves, trying to go a little bit too far. They were looking for Jumeau, 15. Now they'll go to the far side and reset. Again, El Gandor versus Wright. Look for that for the next 75 minutes. And Wright will clear the zone, but not before a whistle is blown.
Very impressive take from Callum Smith-Doyle. I mean, when you've got an attacker like that who can control the ball coming at speed, it just gives you that confidence and trust as a defender or a midfielder for delivering the ball into him.
Exactly, yeah. I don't think Jumeau was prepared for that second pass here on the near side, but now virtually a corner. Once again, Foothills in the white and green stripes. Edmonton BTB in the all black. Cutting across, it's there.
Oh.
One touch off the side of the foot, looked like.
Great delivery. You've got to finish them chances.
Once again, it's the yellow lines, not the white football lines. Right in between everyone, El Gandor almost got a body check between, once again, that he's being double teamed on that far side all game long so far.
Yeah, David Doe and their winger. Great defending by them too.
Well, I thought it was a clean takeaway. It is not. Edmonton wasting no time to push this pace. Once again, check out BTB Soccer Academy, Edmonton Scottish and FC Manitoba for more details about how you can watch those games, either online or in person. Same type of triangle passing that Foothills wanted on this side. Edmonton's making successful on the far side. And now a quick transition. El Gandor on the left. He's got two wingers. It's a 3-on-2. Left footer, and it's blocked. Again, David Doe in the middle.
Yeah, Edmonton just trying to gain some confidence on the ball there, give it away. Good job they've got that reactiveness and defensive mindset, because that was a good chance.
Smith-Doyle and Plenzik were pushing up from the midfield. Plenzik is in front of Holiday right now for a true corner. First one of the contest for either team. Again, a great delivery and kicked away, or headed away, excuse me, by Onyelum.
It's heartbreaking when you see deliveries like that go to waste.
Throw on the near side. We're glad you're with us here on Foothills YouTube channel. Let people know that they can tune in, both live and on demand. There's a great pass, and they decided to go the header the other way. Jumeau was looking for Smith Doyle. Felt that the pass was the better opportunity, and I can't disagree with him. Another clean, no,
Yeah, it was
a late whistle.
It was definitely a foul, though.
Definitely a foul, but Jatishi got his argument at the last second. He's wearing 11 in black today, Exxon Jatishi. Secondary netminders David Sithole for BTB and Liam Collins, the goalkeeper of the year for the University of Alberta in 2021. Shout out to his dad. We know he's watching. Trying to make a move is Blaybell, 15. And another quick foul. Edmonton with the sun disadvantage here in the first half, and not much is going to change probably in the next 70 minutes, but Foothills probably with the sun disadvantage in the second half, but clouds tend to move faster than it look like they will. Open chance, Jatishi along with Doe, 11 and 12.
Foothills nicely organized to prepare for this delivery.
All outside the 18-yard box. There's a nice pass. Unable to connect was BTB. All the way up and all the way out. They were trying to make a connection. Turn around, son. I need to know your number. Looked like they were going for Emmanuel Canu, number 3. Of course, we got our kid volunteers in the orange jerseys collecting the balls. Edmonton's best legal opportunity of the contest so far. Trying to change that is Jatishi, Jetishi. 18 minutes gone here in game number 1 of this exhibition series for 2022. Prince Amanda streaking through everyone, but couldn't get the turn at the far side. Cutting that off was Adam Huskick. Again, former graduating Dino.
Demand and presence, Adam Huskick. Sorry, what's his second name? Huskick.
Huskick, yeah.
Yeah. I was watching him in training the other day, actually, and he's just so demanding. He demands a lot out of his teammates. True captain. Great clearance.
Very well done, and it's already at halfway line, and El Gandor has changed sides, and he's going to sprint, looking for anybody to pass to. Nice delivery to the very far side. Again, another centering pass. And again, it perhaps looked like the shot was the better option.
You can't screw those chances up. It was right in front of goal. That 1v1, though, they're both running from the halfway line, defender and the attacker, and someone's shin guards just fell out.
And the header on the... Don't forget, there was a header on the opposite side, 110 yards in the other direction. And the header clearance off the corner kick. And... incredibly fast transition for Foothills to get from one end to the other. Yeah, Huskick very loud and directional when telling his teammates what he wants with the Dinos, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm interested to know who's that shin guard is that he's just flung off the field.
I think it was the defender covering El Gandor who had to sprint around at the last second to make sure that that wasn't more of a clean break.
Jamie Watson's just flung it away. BTB,
they sent a header backwards. I think Joseph Holiday was expecting it. I think the Foot Soldiers have joined us, if I'm not mistaken. We know Tommy Wilden's here and his assistant coach. Lots of changes for the Cavs. Leon Hapgood is here again as well tonight, reuniting with a lot of people I haven't seen since before COVID, so it's been great to see some old faces.
Likewise, since 2019.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to make something happen. This is Sky Rogers. Up, and away.
An attempt at goal there from quite some distance. Great confidence to be able to do that, though. Foothills pressing high. Oh,
Holiday had to make a huge adjustment at the last moment. Edmonton really hasn't been wasting a lot of time on open balls, but that one almost ended up in the back of their net. Huskick with a big push ahead. He's going to look for Jumeau. And again, that rotation where suddenly it was El Gandor on the right side and everybody rotated to the opposite side, and then they tried the tic-tac-toe centering pass, and that just didn't quite work. Ryland Idrizzi. Now it's Amanda. He had a good run a few minutes ago. Now where do you go? Where can you find space that isn't covered by a white and green jersey?
Yeah, we're nicely organised sitting behind the ball here.
Now let's go to the right side, says Edmonton. Cross in. Looking for a fancy kick. It's still loose. Early score! He does get paid off after all. Gary Onyelum for BTB Soccer Academy. Taking up the loose ball after the bicycle kick attempt by Amanda didn't work. I think everyone was distracted by that attempt.
You know that.
And Onyelum finished it off, and Edmonton has the opening goal of the BTB Soccer Academy.
There's a moment where you have to stop thinking about the organisation and you've got to smell the danger. I mean, the ball comes into your box, you have to think, right, protect the goal. The ball's a priority. Defend the cross. And too many people there were thinking too much about the runners. Got to stop the cross.
And in the as we're halfway through the half, 23 minutes into the matchup. Again, BTB hasn't had a lot of significant possession time, but they've gotten closer than Foothills certainly has. Looking for a foul and another very late call. So the men in black have the opening goal.
You know, you've just got to think how many chances have Foothills had, how many have BTB had. BTB have had 2, one call for offside and another one a goal. That's the difference. You've got to be clinical.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. El Gandor. He's not going to go for a ball right into the net, but the two-man wall is going to do their job. And again, players from both sides looking for a call.
That was a corner. Goal.
Tristan Jumeau, Georgia State Panther.
Yeah, the goalkeeper definitely touched that.
Now there's 4 men in the salmon pink here tonight. They want some we got some VAR chants going here tonight. Nice clearance away from Malik Sylvester, 17. Well, when I talk about sun advantage, it's pretty much gone. Maybe about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, there will be another one. BTB Soccer Academy from Edmonton leading this game 1-0. Gary Onyelum. Ali Blaybell wants to join him.
Possession cheaply turned over there by BTB.
Jack Hilton Jones got a touch on it. Teams are on the far side, the subs and the coaches. We'll see if this field is available 12 months from now in 2023, based on the tenting for a lot of other field sports that'll take up this space. Trying to catch up to it was very well done. Jamie Watson, number 2, cutting off the forward and then being able to send it back to the keeper all at the same time as Kerb has his first touch since the goal.
Well protected. He'd had his arms up nicely.
Now it's Calgary that has to figure out a different plan and try to reorganize, as that ball is going to be home to the construction people that'll be back after the long weekend. We're hoping you're starting your long weekend with us and you're going to have a fun long weekend. Again, unpredictable weather for a May long weekend, as always. A square ball to the near side. Trying to make something work is Jumeau. More rotation as you see the midfielders going up and the forwards going back. 4-man back line for Foothills FC. Marcus Puyol, number 5. Now we got Watson to the near side. And he's ahead of the play. The flag is up, as we like to say.
Unfortunate, because there was good rotation there going on from the Foothills forwards. And again, you're going to need to do that for how well organised BTB are. They're passing players on. If they just do it a little bit quicker, a little bit sharper, they might pull it off.
27 minutes into the matchup. BTB has the opening goal. And the only goal of the match so far. I'll often see soccer teams training those triangle-type passes, and I wonder why they're relevant. It's to be able to maintain possession in a situation just like that one that we saw a few seconds ago.
Absolutely.
Confuse the defenders and then break it out from the triangle where and when you want it to go next.
I mean, that's all well and good, but when the ball's not really going anywhere and you're not getting chances out of it, sometimes it's like pointless. You have to look at this game, and when have we actually got our chances, Foothills? When there's been a through ball through the defenders.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's going to work?
Well, I guess you just kind of wait for the defenders to rotate and then hope that the hole creates itself. But at this level, the defenders aren't going to just give you a hole to try to exploit. Inside the center circle.
I mean, that's in the first half. Wait until concentration lapses when the fatigue kicks in, though.
Blaybell to the near side, along with Amanda. He's had some good looks. And that'll be whistled for Foothills advantage. Jones. A little bit more 50-50. We haven't seen a lot inside the 18 for Foothills so far in the last 10 minutes, especially since the goal was scored against them. Is Edmonton winning the mental game? What can Foothills do to change the mental momentum, as we've said over the years?
You know, it's just pretty football, right? Pretty soccer right now, isn't it? It's not exciting yet. We need a bit of excitement. Where are the chances?
Make sure to follow Foothills FC and WFC on social media, on Facebook and on Twitter, and definitely on Instagram. Profiles of all the players that are coming back for both teams in graphic form. We know the staff, Alex and Dylan and Julie, are working very hard at the office to get that social media up as high as it can be. Approaching 3,000 followers for the men's side. We'd love to see you join up on Twitter if you have not. A giveaway. Again, too many fancy passes. This is Amanda. He was waiting for his chance. Went over the top. Maybe selling it a little bit, but the referee is going to check on him.
Yeah, I mean, that was a dangerous tackle. He did get the ball, but You still can't go in with your studs up like that. Although he had to make up for his error.
We're at the half hour, but as we said just a moment ago, the straightaway giveaway that Amanda wanted to exploit. Again, Foothills getting a little too fancy. It's not training. It's a real game here. Edmonton will resume where the play concluded, checking the injury. No subs so far as we've hit the half hour. A little back and forth, up and down along the field. Charlie, it's a little weird to see the game side to side rather than forward and backward like you're used to on the pitch when you're playing.
I've had a little bit of commentary practice back home in England, so not too strange. It gives me a lot of practice for the field, actually. You get to understand the game and with different elements added to it. Yeah, it's weird when I call games from the end. It does seem a little strange because you watch games from the side like this all the time. So, but yeah, it definitely gives you a different point of view when you see the game left up and down rather than side to side. Yeah, it's helped with my game understanding a lot. Well, then maybe we should have all your teammates up here in the press box watching the game. Absolutely, I recommend it to all players. Give it a go. And it's not an easy thing to do either, holding the mic. Hats off to you, by the way. Well, we'll give each of your teammates 8 minutes, and then they can rotate through and get a better idea. Well, yeah, Charlotte, I'm glad you're around, and like I said, we're looking forward to the road opener in 2 weeks that you can see on 11 Sports, and the home opener in 3 weeks in the revamped Western Conference in UWS. Go to uwssoccer.com for all those details. And it seems like it's a different set of teams every year, but Santa Clarita Blue Heat are going to be back to defend their national championship from 2021. It's amazing how they played all these teams in the Western Conference and had excellent games with them, and then once they got to the national semis and national final, they won 4-0 and 5-0, just showing you the strength of the Western Conference. Of course, we had the UWS Nationals here in Calgary, getting triple teamed. Blenzik, center midfield. Little tap over the top. Nobody can connect to it. There's that excellent cross also. You know, Foothills look very, very dangerous when they high press like this. And, I mean, we played the boys the other day, and them high presses are so pressuring as a defender to deal with them running at you and still stay composed. And BTB are actually sensing that pressure. They're giving the ball away very cheaply. You've got to make them make that count. You win the ball close to their goal, turn it into a chance. Corner kick from the near right side. Across and right into the netminder's glove just for a moment. But again, Joseph Holliday's had a bit of an adventure here in the first 33 minutes, but nothing's gotten past him. Now Edmonton wants to counter-attack from the far side. Cut off. But Edmonton continues, and Amanda knew he was definitely offside, so he just let the ball roll. Good initial interception by Adam Huskick. Necky right, taking his time away from Mohagantor and decided to go forward for a change. Here on a Friday night of a long weekend. Once again, lots of Alberta Major Soccer League action for you on the men's side and the women's side. Just go to amsl.albertasoccer.com for all those details. And it's going to be a yellow card against Jamie Watson, the Cape Breton Caper from U Sports and the Atlantic University Association. I mean, you got to take them. When you got a foul, you got a foul. And the referee writing that one down, 35 minutes into the matchup. Like I said, fans stick around at halftime for our audio interview I conducted with Jay Wielden prior to the game. He'll talk more about how this exhibition series got developed and what they're trying to accomplish here in 2022. Causing a little bit of panic there. Big movement at the point of it, the ball being struck. I mean, you're lucky that cross didn't go over the front man, because there was a lot of air pushing and shoving going on there. BTB are looking very strong in the air. They've definitely been practicing aerial balls in practice.
To the near side, Watson. He's got the card on his record. Nobody else has a card so far. Little chip up to the left wing. Algandor, this time with Ethan Keane, his Mount Royal teammate and Foothills player in 2019, before all the fun happened in 2020. A couple of taps ahead. Amanda looking very comfortable despite being triple teamed. To the narrow side. Look at the moves. Look at the cut-throughs.
Very, very lucky there, Foothills. Very lucky that was not a penalty.
Exxon Jatishi inside the 18.
If we went to VAR, that would be a penalty.
Well, if we had VAR, I think there might have been a penalty for Foothills in about the 10th minute also. Edmonton definitely the stronger of the two teams since the goal in the 30th minute.
This is where luck comes into play. Is luck on your side?
Plenzik couldn't follow it up. Now Ethan Keane, as we said, the Mount Royal University Cougar.
Just short of 10 minutes left of the half. They've really got to take advantage of this now.
Love to go into the dressing room at halftime with a 1-1 tie. But yeah, both teams will certainly have a lot to talk about. BTB, founded in 2013 as a high-performance training program to act as complementary training to club soccer in the Edmonton area. They have several players that have been selected to FC Edmonton, the Whitecaps Academy, Victoria Highlanders residency, professional clubs, and national team invites to Turkey. So these teams are producing players that go to the next level, and they just reload. The forwards for BTB playing high, trying to, again, look for those turnovers and takeaways. Defenders prepared. Doe will clear that one out. Jumeau, again, having trouble finding partners to pass the ball to. He wants to try again, bit of contact from behind. Ref says no. Ref says no again. No, maybe Edmonton was sure that if one call was going to be made, that both of them should be.
I mean, it was definitely a foul there, but some of the Foothills players wanted that advantage to be played.
Abraham Jones will take the yellow. So 6 black and 2 white have those yellow cards. So keep that in track. Write that down and keep that in mind as you watch.
I mean, BTB are very strong in the air. We're good with our through balls. We probably would have benefited from the advantage to be played. Unfortunately, you have to make deal with what decision the referee makes.
Edmonton giving a lot of space outside the 18 for this next move. Jack Hilton-Jones, the other Georgia State Panther. Little chip ahead. Again, the back line was there to clear and clogging up the middle. Big kick on a bounce. And Holiday's first real test in a few minutes. Traveled past a few players at the end. Idrizi. Almost got caught making too many fancy moves. Again, they'll push it ahead. Will Foothills trying to deal with Unyellum. He's already got a goal in this contest. And actually has put 2 in the net, but 1 was offside. Now it's Foothills trying to find that hole. Where's the outlet? Where's the passing lane? And trying to remember, like I am, that the boundary line is the yellow, not the white. 5 minutes to go in an entertaining first half. as the Central League1 2022 exhibition series gets underway right here on YouTube Live. There's the big kick, as a lot of fans showed up right before the game started, but we're hearing them. And the two number 4s get mixed in with each other, and Ryland Idrizzi takes the foul.
I mean, you look at this game and you think, it's not always the team who has the ball who are in control, and I mean, you can tell that BTB are 1-0 up right now because they're just very happy to sit behind the ball and keep that strong defensive presence and be confident that they're defending well.
Little cut in, onside. Referee blows the play down as Holiday makes contact with the center forward of Foothills. The AR also blew it offside. I thought it was clean. You have to be ahead of the second last defender at the point of contact. That's the offside rule. And now it's Foothills training staff that is...
Was it not because of the foul?
Well, yeah, I mean, the goalie made contact with the center forward for Foothills. It's weird, Charlotte. I'm used to hockey where they all have numbers on their arms.
Yeah.
I got to wait for them to turn around.
The numbers on the shorts just aren't quite big enough.
They're big enough. But as we said, 3 years away, it's very, very nice to be back. And obviously 2021 UWS, you guys had 4 games, 2 at home, 2 on the road. But it's back to a full schedule in 2022, which is great. And that rivalry with the St. Albert Impact should be tremendous all season long. And can't wait to watch those games on the road and catch you guys at home on the mic as well. So it should be a lot of fun this summer.
New to that rivalry. I'm quite looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, Troy going from Foothills to St. Albert and then created a lot of great moments. He took a couple of players with him. And then as the play will resume, the injured player was number 8 for Foothills. We'll double check that. Marcus Poyle is not on the game day roster, number 5. We'll check the number of the injured player as we're getting close to the 45, and then the referee's whistle about how much extra time he feels needs to be added. Chip ahead. They're going to go to Onyelum. Again, Keane with that responsibility, that assignment, and we'll force it for a corner on the far left side. But yeah, you guys will be playing in Southern California on the road in the middle of June and July, so be prepared for like those 110-degree temperatures.
Yeah, exciting times. I actually coached there for a few months also, so I'm well aware of what the temperatures are like.
We wouldn't mind if we could borrow some 110 across over everyone. A couple of players go down, and the referee basically just watched the ball go from one end to the other without blowing his whistle for any reason. Yeah, definitely the Western Conference of UWS, historically, based on the numbers, has been the strongest. So the soccer should be excellent on the ladies' side. Of course, Foothills WFC has seen a few players move on. Montana Leonard playing in Australia. And Lauren Houghton, I believe, the goalkeeper, playing in Australia as well. I know she signed a pro contract. Once again, uwssoccer.com for all those details. Approaching extra time. Edmonton trying to signal their players. Being loud but not too loud so the Foothills players can figure out exactly what's coming next. Battle of the 15. Jumeau will watch that one go past him as Ali Blaybell finally got stopped up. here to the near side. It will go to Foothills. And now we are on the referee's whistle and the referee's watch. Watson trying to find any room that doesn't have a black jersey surrounding it, but BTB takes it away. A slow roller from the goaltender. Edmonton had to be careful, and they'll give up that giveaway. But with a 1-0 lead, just before the halftime whistle. Okay, now it's Foothills being pushed backwards, whether they want to be or not. Edmonton trying to just take anything that could come to them. I think Foothills are just begging for the whistle right now. Edmonton wants to create that counterattack.
Can they have time for one more chance? I think they might.
The transition. Falling down, I think Jameau knew he was going to get hit high, so he went down low to avoid it. Nice little tap up. Again, Onyelum's been on both sides of the field.
They're trying to push for one more.
Again, BTB loves the counterattack, loves the takeaway conversion style.
Yeah, two completely different styles here today.
Foothills looking confused, just trying to find any outlet that isn't cut off. Unfortunately, that one wasn't an available one. And that will do it. BTB Soccer Academy leading Foothills FC 1-0 after 45 minutes. Charlotte, what are you thinking so far? What are your points of view after 45?
I mean, you almost look at the energy and the confidence with the two teams, and Foothills started the game with the confidence levels really high, and as soon as BTB scored, yeah, they sat back and they didn't have the ball, but they remained calm. They saw Foothills were wanting to take, obviously they were wanting to react, but they didn't let them react. They've defended really, really well. Applaud them for that.
All right, thank you, Charlotte, and we'll turn our mics down for a moment, and I will play you that interview we had with Jay Wielden prior to the start of the contest, just talking about, again, what this Central League exhibition series is all about. Stick around, folks. We'll be back in just a second.
This new season. Well, Jay Wielden, 2022 is about to kick off. How are you guys feeling about this new season?
Yeah, it should be good. I mean, credit to the clubs that we've got in this season to get some good games of football on. So we're very excited. Hopefully the weather stays off for us and we can get a good crowd out and enjoy a good game.
So this Central League1 idea, how did it come about?
Just as a club, we've seen what's going on in Ontario and the standards that's been brought in with PLSQ in Montreal and Quebec. BC League 1, it's about getting a D3 status in the prairies, I should say, and that's important because it aligns completely with the Canadian pathway. It aligns into CPL and MLS with the Canadian Championship, and it can fill a massive void for the development of players, most importantly.
Now, is the U23 with 8 overagers PDL USL2 concept kind of out the window, and this is sort of the secondary adult group, or has that kind of been established? I'm not sure what PLSQ and League 1 Ontario and League 1 BC are doing in terms of those kinds of rules.
It's the second standard, so age goes out the window. Primarily, we'll use it for young players, the players that are aspiring. However, there are players that, whether they're returning from injury and they're a little bit older, or they still have aspirations to play pro, there are exceptional circumstances, but it's filling the void of a second level here in Canada.
Well, you're playing this team out of Edmonton, BTB Academy. What can you tell me about them?
Well, they're good. I mean, you look at the roster that they've brought. You know, they've taken this game, you know, seriously. They're looking at players too. There's a lot of players that have played professional football, looking at their lineup with FC Edmonton and all that. So it'll be a very good game. We know that. It'll be a good footballing game. So we're excited to see the on-field product.
A lot of changes since 2019. The whole aspect of this whole soccer community has kind of changed since COVID, and a whole pretty much brand new roster. What can you say about the roster and just this 3-year transition, especially for you, going from a player up to a coach?
Well, obviously 2019 was the introduction into CPL, right? So for us now, it's providing the next batch. You see a lot of the players now signing for Cavalry and CPL contracts. Our due diligence is to get the next batch in. So we're using it for the development of players, but let's not kid ourselves. We've got some very, very top talent that we've brought in from out of town as well. So we've got a strong roster. And
finally, a lot of UFC Dinos and a lot of Mount Royal Cougars. Obviously, the level of local youth sports soccer is at this level, and these guys get some more exposure before September when they go back to their schools.
Yeah, youth sports is a huge piece of the puzzle. So yeah, it aligns perfectly with their season. We'll send them back to obviously Brienne at UFC and Ryan with Mount Royal. So yeah, the players will utilise this. They want to get the best level they possibly can for the summer. That gets them ready for either pro or youth sports level soccer.
Any advice from Dad or Big Bro?
They love it, don't they? They love football, right? We love football. There's a game a day right now, whether it's an Everton game, whether it's a Cavalry game, whether it's the 23s. You know, we love it. We're a football family and always will be.
And once again, thank you very much to Jay Wilden for that interview. And if you want to follow social media for Foothills, we encourage you to Twitter, Facebook, and especially Instagram. Once again, the Wilden family on Instagram, Live Like a Pro UK. That's Tommy and Jay's dad over in the United Kingdom, and he has a lot of fun on Instagram. So check out Foothills and BTB Soccer Academy on social media, and we are going to be back in just a few minutes for half number 2. Stick around. The Central Exhibition Series for League 1 is underway. All right, everybody, welcome back. Dave Stanish and Charlotte Potts with you here at Encana Field in Calgary. BTB Soccer Academy in the black, Foothills in the white and green stripes. As you may have imagined, the teams have switched ends, and we'll see how much precipitation or not we may get here in the next 45 minutes. Calgary with the opening kick, trailing by 1 goal. Number 20, Gary Onyelum, in the 29th minute, got the goal for BTB. Gianmarco Plenzik was the player that collided with the goalkeeper at the end of the first half, and he is out there trying to get this ball right now, so he seems no worse for wear after a nice 15-minute break for everybody. And now it's a direct attack. 4 players looking for the ball for white and green. Trying to push it ahead. Sky Rogers on the far side. And Foothills has definitely had a plan after halftime. Keane. Again to the left side. This is El Gandor. Crossing it through behind the goal line. For those of you from Edmonton not knowing much about Foothills, 2018 USL League 2 champions and 2016 national runner-ups, silver medalists. They've graduated over a dozen players to the Cavalry first team, including Marco Carducci, Dominic Zador, Elijah Edekube, Arabin Pebble, and Victor Latourie. Of course, Zador now playing for his old coach in York. So a few changes. Not a lot of the original Cavalry roster is still on the team 3 years later, but that's to be expected. Of course, Jay Wielden played there for the first couple of seasons after most of the Foothills players graduated from 2018 to 2019 once the Cavalry started in season number 1 in the Canadian Premier League and then retired to become the coach of this team and basically run the men's program at Foothills. And a few changes for the Foothills coaching staff. A couple of coaches have moved on to Vancouver, and we wish them the best of luck. We know they're watching tonight as well. A little tap ahead. Ball up in the air. Some teams prefer to have the ball up in the air most of the time rather than on the turf, especially on the U Sports side.
Foothills definitely started the second half here with a lot of energy and eagerness to want to equalise. A little bit too eager though. I think a lot of the time they're giving the ball away very cheaply. Just the energy's a little bit too high. Sometimes you got to bring that down a little bit.
I think these construction workers are going to wonder why there's so many soccer balls waiting for them when they come back on Tuesday. Too many going over the fence. Jatishi a moment to realize that the near net was his home net and not to attack. Turn around, go the other way. Still Foothills ball on the defensive side. Sterling Kerr not all that busy in the opening half, but did give up the 1 goal. Right in traffic.
Offside.
Again, trying to make some moves. The flag was up.
Great through ball.
Lenzik trying to find Jumeau in between a lot of legs. And he did step a little bit ahead, but
He just needed to slightly curve his run a little bit to time that better. And well, maybe it wouldn't have been offside if he curved it.
And we got more chanting from the foot soldiers. It only took me 3 years to figure out what that chant meant. CFFC, yeah, okay, I get it. Now it's a great counterattack being put on by Foothills. Like every ball carrier is being immediately surrounded and marked. Looking for an offside call. They won't get it. Play continues, but another takeaway from Huskek, the captain, wearing the yellow armband. Again, maybe they're going to try to do what BTB did a little bit better and try to tie this game up. They're not surrounding the ball carrier. They did not surround the ball carrier in the first half, but that's all they've been doing here in the second. And now Edmonton forced to adjust to this strategy. And again, for the first 10 minutes of the half, it's been all Foothills. But like you said, with the stress of 90 minutes of pressure on for the players, we'll see how much gas they have left in the tank. No substitutions made as of yet on the far side of the field. Sky Rogers didn't know it was there, but he put it on. He put it on, and again, Holiday was ready. Foothills the first significant chance of the half. And Holiday looking good. AR and the main ref trying to decide, and they finally make a decision. Two Foothills players contact each other. And I think they're going to need a trainer.
Severely winded there.
Referee today is Luke Garland, AR's Raul Preseno Hernandez, and Josh Gall. And the fourth official, who gets to listen to it all between the two benches, Mazen Hassanin, excuse me. And the worst kind of injury when two players from the same team collide.
Any rib injuries. Let's just hope it's he's winded and it's not actually a rib.
Well, he waved his arm and indicated he definitely needed attention. Current conditions, 6 degrees, feels like 2.
Certainly dropped in the second half, the temperature.
And it'll be much nicer next weekend, of course.
Hopefully.
As we said, the AMSL play continues, and these teams play on both rosters. Cavalry, technically the Cavalry team is these Foothills group in the AMSL information. Of course, BTB as well, and Edmonton Scottish in the middle of that league. Really, really good soccer to watch there, folks. They are online as well. Check them out for streaming information or archived viewing. Really, really good level of soccer to watch, where a lot of these players spend their time, especially U Sports and ACAC players in the summer after a long winter of training indoors. Referee wasn't ready for Foothills to resume. Looks like Calgary might be considering a substitution, but maybe not this moment. Again, Rogers. Push from behind was Jumeau. Any individual players jumping out at you, Charlotte, that you want to mention?
I think...
From either side?
Yeah, I really like Callum Smith-Doyle. Although I do think, however, he's been isolated sometimes up top.
Number 9 for Foothills, keep an eye on.
He triggers that high press very, very well. Just gotta make something happen of that high press. There we go, Callum Smith-Doyle on the ball again.
All right, had it intercepted from behind. Now it's Edmonton trying to press, cutting that one off. One of the center halfbacks. Again, they were looking for Onyelum.
Having said that, I do also like a good leader, and I think Adam Huskik has been excellent with organising his team and demanding standards.
Puyol was the player that made that happen. Huskik again, as you can hear and see, he's directing traffic and directing where he wants his teammates to be.
Always. I sometimes think, however, though, you need a couple of those players, because if you rely on that one, sometimes his attention might be taken up too much on that duty.
Of course, Nick Ledgerwood, legendary center halfback for Foothills in the pre-COVID era, pre-Cavalry era, let's just say. Had some Team Canada appearances, and now he is on the Cavalry staff after retiring the cleats. Play on behalf of Mr. Kerr. And it looks like we are going to have a switch. Shumo is going to come out. And it looks like J.J. Walter, number 10, is going to sub him in. Another Cavalry development signee is Mr. Walter.
It's always interesting to see how substitutions change games. Is he going to be a game changer? We need a game changer.
55 minutes into the matchup. Gotta love it when both players wave their hands in opposite directions, but only one can win the argument. The BTB Academy players keeping stretched, keeping the blood flowing. To the far side.
He's only just came on, J.J. Walter, and he's already bringing some energy and some communication to the team.
Probably some instructions from the coach, especially to the left-hand side players here on the near side of your screen.
You know, I think no matter if a coach gives you those instructions, though, it has to be within you to be that type of person to give instructions on the field. And I think Foothills definitely needed that attacking player who can give those instructions.
The big push ahead is going to be taken away by Holiday. Looking for the stretch pass, didn't quite work. El Gandor watched that one roll into the center circle. And an open race. A big chance for Onyelum. He'll travel about 30 yards and have to hold back because his teammates had to run up and be ready to help him. Ooh, a weak call there.
I don't know. It was very cheap. The push in the back.
Yeah, Onyelum went down a little easier than you would have expected.
They win fouls, though. You go down. I mean, sort of like a European style, this, isn't it?
From 30 yards, yep, from 30 yards out. Of course, normally we'd be getting ready for a World Cup to kick off in about 4 weeks, but it won't be until November. Up ahead, headed loose, headed down. Edmonton wants to call it in, get it. Big smash. Would have gotten 3 points, but it doesn't get a 1 point here tonight.
BTB certainly not happy with the referee there. They were really calling for that penalty. It's difficult to see from here. There was lots of bodies.
Yeah, a lot of bodies to negotiate and figure out who touched what or who touched who. El Gandor. Straight ahead, everyone in the building knew he wanted to fit Gareth Smith-Doyle into that hole. They'll go to the center this time. Klenzik. This is onside. Smith-Doyle again, the pass. Big save. Best save of the day for Joseph Holiday. And this time the pass actually created a shot. Unlike those chances in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, very unselfish of Callum Smith-Doyle there to play that pullback. But it was the right decision.
Smith-Doyle looking for Plenzik and a huge save for Joseph Holiday.
Very good chance. Have to applaud their goalkeeper, Joseph Holiday. He's made excellent few saves in this game.
Including the one literally in the second minute of the second half. As Calgary put on that early pressure trying to get something going in the first half dozen minutes, they were not able to convert, so they've faded back a little bit on their attack style.
Yeah, although you do say good saves, there was a lot of power on it, but not quite that accuracy.
Again, they want to go over the top. This time to the right wing. Cutting across. Great centering feed. Two men were there, but David Doe was there even earlier and cut it off.
Not quite that urgency from the two runners to get in front of the defender there.
Huskick puts it out.
You know, you've got to have that hunger to score, and I didn't quite see that there from that attack.
Well, Doe was in the perfect position, so probably want to avoid a collision with him to try to make something happen. A little back and forth. Ref's going to pretty much have to call everything going forward now, based on the trends of the first half. Past the hour mark, BTB Soccer Academy from Edmonton leading Calgary 1-0. As we said, make sure to follow social media for more details about when these four teams in the Central League1 2022 exhibition series will face each other. FC Manitoba will play these series as well as games in USL League 2. And be putting a lot of miles on the bus, let's just say that, in that Central Conference, as well as Edmonton Scottish. To find out where and when you can watch more of these games between these four teams as we go throughout the summer. Want to roll out, and Edmonton will take over.
Some cheap turnover and possession here from Foothills. I mean, they're just missing that detail on the passes. You want the player you're passing to go forward. You got to put the pass in front of them. Got to get some momentum here.
They've had possession. There's no question about that. Probably 2-1 in this contest.
Possession doesn't win games.
Whoa, but a roller like that might just do it someday soon, but not when Joseph Holliday's in the nets. Now he wants his teammates to go where he wants, but they didn't, so he'll just roll it out. Again, Huskick. Working against Amanda. Noticed him a lot in the first half. Maybe they've tried to cut him off here in the second. Three forwards ahead for BTB Soccer Academy. In some very cool black jerseys. Keane. Where do you go next? Great directional header. Unfortunately, it was cut off, and J.J. Walter couldn't continue the path. Roller to Jones. Again, the stretch pass we've seen from both teams here in the second half. They got Amanda and Onyelum ready for anything at this point. Collision as a Drizzy couldn't handle it. Got a little push in the back. Foothills wants to attack. Smartly cut off. Well done by Sylvester, 17. Foothills maintain possession. And I think what you don't like about turf is just affected them down at the 30-yard line there, Charlotte, because now it's all the way to the other end. Edmonton basically on a 10-on-9 power play at this point. Necky right. They'll go outside. And Mr. Kerr is going to get his first touch of the half.
Absolutely outstanding defending from Malik Sylvester there. I think you can really applaud B2B's defending. They've gave a lot of confidence to everyone on the team.
I think it was Sky Rogers that had the issue with his cleat into the turf. And it took him several seconds to stand up, and let's just say Foothills killed off that odd man chance, to steal a phrase. Foothills trailing 1-0. 64 minutes have elapsed. Currently scheduled for another home game in about 4 weeks' time for the men. As we said, we'll see the ladies in 3 weeks. after they open on the road in 2 weeks in St. Albert. Edmonton really trying to clog up the middle and on the attack portion and cut off any side-to-side passes, any parallel passes. So let's go over the top instead. And that one a little bit too aggressive. Behind Plenzik, he couldn't catch up to it. Born to be Soccer Academy, that's the BTB. Jatishi. All the time in the world. As I guess the sun is going to poke out after all.
Yeah, you can't really see much happening in the air right now. Both teams turning over possession quite cheaply, and
a lot of play between the 40s. Now they're going to cut it across. Right. Centering in. Again,
Ooh.
Nicely cut off. That was Poyol, number 5, taking it away from Munyellum, looking for a second of the day.
very risky to go in for a challenge like that in your box, by the way.
Calgary wanted a big breakout with a quick transition. It just didn't work out, so now they're going to have to build from the far side. Can they catch up to it? Yes, they can.
Oh, hit
Off the edge of the
net.
post. On a back tap. An excellent feed.
Everything about that chance was perfect. The weight of the pass down the line, the cross, the nice little flick, back heel flick for a shot. Very unfortunate.
That would have been a highlight reel goal, no doubt about it. Can't say Calgary isn't getting their chances. I'd like to thank everybody who's watching tonight and commenting in our live chat. Subscribers have that ability, and we encourage you to subscribe to the channel and get information about the men's team, the women's team, and our youth programs throughout the season and the off season by subscribing to our YouTube channel. We know Dylan's doing some great work with video features and updates. And that's the place to find it, as well as live links to our home matches. Now under pressure. Again, it's Poyol and Huskick. The center midfielders, or excuse me, center back line having to adjust.
There we go. There we go. He has a break.
Now it's a tap ahead, a 5-on-4 to say. In between, looking for something was Smith Doyle.
Chance,
Cut
chance.
across. And jumping up big was Sylvester again.
Penalty.
In the box. Yes, it is.
I mean, it was about time, wasn't it? How many times could there have been a penalty in this game?
Prince Amanda. Excuse me, Necky Wright. We've seen him on both ends of the field.
Has Foothills' luck finally turned?
Well, let's see if Moel Gandor, the person you'd want to be at the spot, can convert and tie this matchup up as we've hit the halfway of the half.
Keeper's looking confident.
Again, tremendous pressure from the forwards all day long. El Gandor, Smith Doyle, now J.J. Walter.
Not the biggest
Who
goalkeeper,
subbed
is he,
in
though?
for Tristan Jumeau. Yeah, short and young, that's for sure.
Not really noticed that until now.
El Gandor to tie it. He ties it.
Great finish.
Holiday guessed correctly,
Low
But
and
just-
hard in the bottom corner.
but just could not catch up with it. And let's make it official.
Well, I'm sure there's actually a theory on that. If you strike the ball hard enough, right into the bottom corner, the keeper actually hasn't got a chance. There's a certain percentage.
Well, like I said, yeah, he's a little shorter, doesn't have the biggest wingspan or stride. And in the 69th minute, Mo Elgandor has tied up this matchup. And now with a bit of a limp is Plenzik.
They say goals change games. Still got 20 minutes to make something out of this.
The second of three changes. Three maximum changes, excuse me. Plenzik will come out. (4-3-3) here for Foothills, as you can see. Smith, Doyle, and Walter.
Unlike BTB with a back three. Playing that formation very well.
And now Sun disadvantage for somebody. Another whistle and more arguments from Team BTB.
Smart foul, though.
And a yellow immediately to the substitute. Abel Nasibo, number 25. 25, Abel Nasibo. So again, the pressure finally paid off. An illegal tackle inside the penalty area. Got the spot for Elgandor, and he made no mistake. Again, the stretch pass isn't going to work.
Well dealt with.
These players getting very close to each other and not sparing any space. Abraham Jones tried to make something happen. That'll roll away.
Adam Huskick just getting in the way of that long distance shot there.
Felix Metyamungu, number 18.
Not a good time to concede a corner like this straight after you're scoring a goal.
71 down, 19 to go. Looks like Edmonton's made a change.
Especially how strong Edmonton are in the air.
Ali Yildiz, number 5, into the matchup. A low delivery and cleared away immediately. About waist high. And Foothills again being a little reckless, let's say. Watson had a lot of confidence in his netminder to make sure that stayed okay. And it did, because now they're on the opposite side of the field. Ethan Keene's going to have to catch up to Necky Wright. And off we go. "72 minutes gone in a tie game." I don't know if we play extra, probably not for an exhibition series. But it would be fun if we did. Of course, Champions League final a week from tomorrow. Looking forward to that one very much.
The Women's Champions League final tomorrow.
That's right. That's absolutely right. A lot of Canadians making a lot of impacts. Now the men's final's on CBS next Saturday. I'm not sure where we can see the women's final tomorrow, but probably find a way somewhere. Check your local listings, as they like to say. This referee's not going to have much of a whistle left over. He's been blown it so many times, and it's only May. He's going to be working till November.
I somehow think Edmonton are wanting to push for a tie here.
73 down, 17 to go.
Foothills are definitely looking like they want to take something out of this game.
The pace definitely has slowed down since the beginning of halftime. To the far end, again, a clean cutoff, this time by Sylvester, showing us and the referee the correct way to disrupt a play inside. Once again, fans, let your friends and family know that they can catch this game live or on demand on our YouTube channel. There's Foothills games from 5 years ago that you can still go back and watch. Unfortunately, the championship game from 2018 is unavailable, but the semifinal against Chicago is still around. So when it's 30 below and snowing outside, I'll flip that on and watch it, just to know that the snow will melt one day. Up and over, tapped ahead again. Another great punch out. We've seen that from Mr. Holiday. He's had some moments today. Kerr has basically been a spectator this half and most of this contest, but Edmonton's had their chances. A nice little transition, dribbling through 5. It's 2-on-8 right now, but Edmonton's getting the chance, and they'll have a play at the 25-yard line.
And he has to be careful. He's already on a yellow card.
But that's the interesting part, is you saw the camera isolate that. 2 black jerseys, 8 white jerseys, but the Foothills team was the team backpedaling and having to adjust, despite their huge numbers advantage, and now a foul literally right at the line, and that they'll have to deal with.
But you go back 20 seconds, and you've got your left back here, heading the ball straight at Edmonton, straight to them, and they've made a clear chance just from the lack of quality in that clearance. Just put it out. If you put it out, it gives you time to just get behind the ball and adjust together.
We saw a similar play from this almost exact spot in the first half. 5-man wall, up and over everyone.
And they were lucky there, because that was in a really good area.
Literally 25 yards from goal. I know I keep mentioning it, but yeah, trying to hit that top shelf. Barred down, as they say, but a little bit too much on it. Chilly but comfortable night. Can't wait to see FC Manitoba and Edmonton Scottish join this game action. And we'll see what happens in 2023. We know we're going to have a new Fraser Valley team in the CPL, and maybe a Saskatchewan-based team either in the CPL or possibly here. They had the Saskatchewan Summer Soccer Series pre-pandemic, and I know they were building a lot of momentum. Interviewed a few of their people, and Saskatchewan was getting very excited. They're converting the old horse racing facility in Saskatoon into a soccer stadium, and that continues.
Yeah, I mean, Canadian soccer's definitely on the rise now, especially with the qualifying for the World Cup.
And the minimum prize money that Soccer Canada gets just for getting there, so that's a really big part of it.
Huge lift. I still can't get over there's no professional women's league here. You just look at you look at how many Canadian women's players there are across the globe and how good they are.
Honestly, I think what I heard in like 18-19 when they announced the CPL was, give us a few years with the men, let us sort of get organized, and then we'll talk about the women later. Straight interception, trying to send it to the far side. Foothills would love to lead this game for the very first time. Michael Harms doing some excellent work with Sky Rogers. Little cut through. And again, Edmonton plugs that middle area between the hash marks.
You just can't get past him, can you? He's been fantastic today.
Well, that's why soccer isn't. Yeah, that's why soccer isn't 9-8 every night. It's for quality like that.
And the persistence to keep trying, which Foothills are certainly trying.
Pushing it ahead, legally within the yellow lines. Kick out, big shot!
Oh, side net.
Just to the left. Sky Rogers desperately wanted to get on the board to the short side and missed it. Most open opportunity either team's really had here in the second half. Once again, off the excellent takeaway from Mr. Harms, and a couple of passes and almost a conversion for Sky Rogers.
You almost think, at what point does it turn from confidence from missed chances or frustration? I think there's still got that confidence to keep trying. Let's hope it doesn't get to the frustration point.
I think Edmonton really got frustrated with the officials at a big margin, especially early in the second half. Maybe they realized that they can't be as aggressive as they were maybe in the first 20, 25 minutes because the referee continued to whistle everything down. He has set a standard as to what he wants and now hasn't had to blow his whistle in quite a few minutes. As we're at the 80th minute right now. Foothills loving that far right side. Their right, our left. And a quick response from Holiday as Gareth Smith-Doyle made him waste no time to decide what he was going to do. Again, attacking from the right. Official had that one.
Definitely the right decision.
And a yellow.
But there's not really much you can do when you're a defender like that, and you can see a fast forward taking a big touch past you. You know they're going to beat you for pace. You've got a foul.
Just outside the box, as you can see, the placement of the ball. Just under 10 minutes to go here, and plus injury time. Two-man box for the BTB Soccer Academy.
They don't look quite as organised as they usually are, mind BTB, with this set piece.
Watch for the movement at the, well, even now before the ball, along the edge and through the uprights.
Which was why Foothills got a chance right there.
They kept it along the along the turf or as best as he could. Couldn't keep it perfectly on the turf, but only very few people in the world probably could.
He got his body over it. I just think obviously his foot got right underneath the ball there.
And Calgary leads 4-1. Oh wait, no, they don't. We're still tied at 1. It has to go in the net. Not through the uprights. Again, close marking of the buck. I knew I would say it once. The ball carrier. Okay, Edmonton, what are you going to do? Bit of confusion. Calgary couldn't convert. Edmonton going backward and forward on their own. Foothills haven't touched the ball. But up till that point, they were gaining space. Prince Amanda trying to cut through.
Good recovery run there from Jack Hilton-Jones.
Amanda, well controlled. That was certainly one of the things Foothills must have discussed at halftime. Cut off number 7. 83 minutes down. They'll go to the wide side. Big blast along the ice. Along the turf. And it was blocked in front. I called 20 hockey games last month. It's going to take me a while to realize I'm outside. Going the long way around.
You've definitely built some habits there.
David Doe will kick it out. Foothills will. Well, those guys shoot for the top corner as well. So when it stays on the turf or on the ice, it's actually a rarity in both of these sports. Everybody wants to go top shelf, just like that! Off the yellow football upright, so it has to be blown down immediately. And a goal kick will be called.
That would have been some goal right there.
Well, like we said, looking for top shelf. That's almost what we got in real time.
I think throughout the whole game, though, they have just looked like they've been wanting to take the net off rather than look for the quality. They have.
Hey, You're on the field every day. I can't disagree with you.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great to see, but we need goals.
Yeah. Balls along the field count in the net, just like the ones that go bar down or off the post.
Just trying to take the leather off it.
Neither team playing for the draw. It's exhibition, so you can stick around and have fun and maximize your effort. Perhaps in 2023, that's when 3 points versus 1 will be the consideration. Let's convince Dino Rossi that Central League 1 Canada has to happen. The president of League 1 Canada. Like we said, we'd love to see some Saskatchewan representation. FC Manitoba is going to be driving a lot of miles if they're going to come and see BTB and Edmonton Scottish and Foothills all here in 2022. Cutting through 4, still maintaining. Look at the move. Oh, look for the backheel pass. Moel Gandor is going to watch this on tape, hopefully on mute, and realize the pass was not the choice.
You know why he wanted to pass there, though? He didn't want to use his left.
Not a bad assessment.
He has to think of the pathway that Foothills have got. What's the next step? Cavalry. You've got to think, you've got to use both feet to be comfortable with going either inside or outside.
Well, I watched the UEFA games and the Premiership finales, and they're all talking about this certain player, his left foot is better than his right, or his right's better than his left, and it can make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
Which foot's better for you?
I'm very comfortable with using both, but I am right dominant.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever kicked a soccer ball with my left foot. No wonder I didn't get past U11. All right, a corner. Another one for BTB. Tapped up, and Mr. Kerr has his big save of the half. His cutoff, more than anything. Sterling Kerr and Liam Collins, the keeping duo, showing why they have received so many awards as best keepers in Canada West. And hopefully right around Labor Day, we're going to be kicking off a full season of Canada West men's and women's soccer. Played about 2/3 of a year last year. Looking for the Dinos men's team to have an excellent season. Oh, there's a pull of the jersey right at the 25-yard line. And we'll see what the Dino women can do after a lot of graduates. Unfortunately, they could not get past Canada West in the year that everybody came back after the pandemic. But Alex Valerio and Diego will do a very, very good job with the University of Calgary with their fresh roster. And, of course, Mount Royal, we expect them to improve as well. Of course, the Pandas and the Griffins, men's and women's, always a strong opponent for the Dinos and the Cougars. And it'll be nice to see teams from BC, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba in 2022 as well. All that action on Canada West TV. And a great broadcast crew up in Edmonton as well as Mount Royal. And hopefully the Dinos will unlock the door for me this fall like they did last fall. That one over the top and through to no one in particular as it will roll out. And we're approaching the 90th minute.
Yeah, I mean, B2B there, you've got to look at the way that set piece was set up. They were all so organised in attacking that. The delivery has to be better, especially when you're a team who's not keeping possession as much as they are.
Yeah, taking advantage of your chances. Yeah, BTB Soccer Academy's set pieces have been weak. Certainly their corners have been.
Which is a shame because they've got a real dominance in the air.
Of course, game one for everybody, so
What a ball.
Can he catch up with it? Yes, he can. Inside the area. Unfortunately, Sky Rogers just never could get complete control, and then it rolled away.
Say what we were just talking about. Take advantage of your chances.
Another takeaway for Foothills, this time on the left side. El Gandor, again, a little quiet despite the penalty. Off the head. They say it off the shoulder. The play continues. No whistle by anybody. I thought it went off the player's head, not off his upper arm, but that one deflected off a fingernail. Now a trip. Now a call.
Definitely.
Holy cow. 100 things happen in those 10 seconds.
It's like a game of pinball.
You'd almost think so. Well, I'd love to see you up here in the booth in 3 weeks, Charlotte, but I know you got a game to play. UWS in 3 weeks' time, folks. We're just getting started in 2022, both men's and women's. As we said, UWS Western Conference action kicks off on the road in St. Albert for Foothills WFC in 2 weeks.
Moel Gandor definitely looking hungry for this free kick.
So Edmonton fans, make sure you make the drive out to St. Albert for that game in 2 weeks. Over the top and wide left of the uprights as well. So not a goal and not a field goal. Again, now it's the referee's whistle. The 90 has been completed.
Always interesting to see the reactions of players. He's looking very disappointed with himself there.
I think he put up 3 fingers. Definitely a lot for both teams to work on between now and their next game.
It's the first game. It's like nobody wants to lose their first game.
Well, neither team has been playing for a tie. There's no doubt about that. Bit of a high kick. Can't be converted. Oh, nice back and forth. Excellent ball up ahead. J.J. Walter, the sub. Ahead, tap. Oh, what a clearance.
Oh.
Holiday had to readjust his body and get a hand on it. Wow.
These highlights are going to be exciting. That's 2 chances, by the way, that looked like they were going to be great goals just from the build-up.
As we said, the pass, the multiple passes, the give and go to the near side, and then just that response. Again, Calgary on the front foot for most of this last 30 minutes.
It's when you get those perfectly weighted passes down the wing and then a great cross into the box.
And as I said, a last nanosecond adjustment for Holiday.
Almost impossible to defend, and there's another chance.
To the far side, big kick and a big block. That one off of Abel Nasibu, another sub in. Boy, these fans are getting their money's worth tonight. Edmonton ball. They know they've been outshot and outchanced, but they have time to escape with a win. Jatishi wanted it, but then couldn't quite handle it. But it's going in the correct direction. Nice back heel. Jatishi again against 2. His line mate's trying to catch up. The attack from behind is going to be blown down. And Nasibu has to be careful. He's already got that yellow on his record.
And he already gave a foul away just at the edge of the box not long ago.
Edmonton will definitely have a chance to convert here. Maybe 2 or 3 saves for Sterling Kerr. That would be about it. Maybe a handful of touches. Again, a 4-man box. Off the head of one of the defenders. And a desperation shot will go away, and that will conclude it. A very good effort from all 22 players on the field, and a very entertaining way to start 2022 and the Central League 1 2022 Exhibition Series. BTB Academy from Edmonton 1, Foothills FC from Calgary 1.
I'm almost disappointed. I wanted someone to take the game by the scruff of the neck there and get something out of that, because there was lots of chances, especially from Foothills.
Yeah, definitely Foothills had the majority of the chances, but once again, Joseph Holiday will not be buying the beer tonight. No question about it. He had an incredible performance, especially in the last dozen minutes or so. But basically, after Calgary converted on that penalty, Mogal Gandor, it was their game to break loose and break open. They unfortunately were unable to, and the game remains a tie, 1-1. But very, very entertaining 90 minutes. Edmonton led from 29 to about 69.
Yeah.
Calgary tied it, and that was the end of the night.
And that's the importance of just being patient and believing that your luck will eventually change. And you have to look at how many chances Foothills have had. Why were they not clinical? Was it the quality? Was it the fact that they were trying to blast the ball into the back of the net too hard? Was it the defensive presence that BTB had? I know when you do have a strong defensive presence like that, it does add a lot more pressure in your attacking.
All right. Well, Charlotte, good luck with the women. We'll see you in 2 weeks in St. Albert and 3 weeks here in Calgary in real time. And I'll try to manage by myself. But next time the men are playing, I'd love to have you up here, and we'll do this all again here on YouTube Live for the Calgary Foothills men's team as this Central League 1 exhibition series continues.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right, for everybody on the mic and behind the scenes, most importantly, we thank you for watching. And we thank you for being a soccer fan in 2022 and sticking around to see how this one ended. Have a great long weekend, folks. Stay safe and stay warm, and we'll see you next time.